switching it up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see, the defending national champions, the Navy Midshipmen, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Will kick it away to start us off. And he takes this from inside the 5. He's able to sneak his way across the 20 and steps out at the 21. So the Navy Midshipmen will go on offense first to start this game. Here's the handoff. Sweet cut there. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35.
That's an awesome-looking carry, and you know when you're playing Navy, you better get ready to try to stop the run. Whether it's option, whether it's conventional, you better practice being in your gap, everybody being sound, and getting your eyes on the football. There are 3 certainties in life, guys. You're going to die, you're going to pay your taxes, and Navy is going to tote the rock.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Slithers into space. There he goes. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you got a guy like... you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness. Just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
The midshipmen got the explosive play on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. The give to the tailback. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Caught over the middle. It's Flanagan. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A first down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Here comes the option. Quick toss. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Navy! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. and he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. Bringing it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense will go to work for the first time. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Gets open down the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now on 3rd down for this offense. Jones wants to throw it. Pocket breaking down. Makes the grab. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. The Cornhuskers will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it, basically to link to the field. Much better starting point this time. Going to the ground. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. Can't get him to the ground. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
You know, I like the idea to go for it there on 4th down, too, because at this distance, it's definitely not a gimme field goal, right? So your best chances of scoring points and paying this drive off or to go for it on that 4th down, and of course they go out and get it.
They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he
intercepted, big play, stops the drive.
There were a lot of people really excited. This guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Quickly to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Running back searching for a hole. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. as they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. Jones to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. At the end of the quarter, Navy has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. The give to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
The Huskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Off play action. Unloads it left. Wide open makes the catch. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. And the Huskers are flying down the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Not enough space. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
This offense needed a big play, and that is the guy that they need to go to help create a spark on offense. Awesome job.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Navy will go back on the attack. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Back to pass on second down. Finds a tight end. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Navy quick to the line.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football.
Breaks into the open. Look out, he's got room. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
What a weapon this guy is, right? At the tight end position, not only can he get open, he can run away from people after the catch. He's a big dude, so he's hard to bring down anyway, but the speed is what makes him different.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Wants to fire on second down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Got his man quickly. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. The midshipmen move the sticks with that powerful running game. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, he makes the catch. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The midshipmen could get really aggressive here on second and short. Fires to the wideout. Touchdown, midshipmen! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down in the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. That's exactly what happened.
And And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. He'll do it himself. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. The Cornhuskers will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback will keep it. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Jones wants to throw it. Complete on the comeback. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. Using his feet. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Fast completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Shakes off the defender. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Husker!
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
On the move from inside his 5. He's got great speed. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space. Great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. OHIO. Ohio State is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout to remember. They're up by 21 over Ball State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Jones to throw. Makes the grab. Turning it on. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. To the air on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Had to get rid of it quickly.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. The Huskers will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the Big Mounts carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable.
Navy will kick it deep to get the 2nd half underway. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the 2nd half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the 2nd half.
You know, and I think if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Gives it on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Here comes the heat. Caught near the sidelines. Will pick up a few before going out of bounds. And the Huskers will try to pin them back with the punt. No fair catches here, looking for room. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. And here comes the Navy offense. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. They'll leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, getting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Power football with the run. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Makes a connection. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand.
There he goes. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Navy will have it with a 1st and goal. He wants to throw it again. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Touchdown, Navy! And they take it in for 6 more points. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the returner will be dragged down. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun. Give on the inside. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Jones wants to throw it. He'll off one deep down the left side. Pulls in the deep ball. And what a huge chunk play for this. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. Off play action on 1st down. Using the quick game. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Get it out on the screen. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
Well, the offense on 3rd down there, they're just trying to spit the ball out quickly and see if they can get a block and get north, but the defense, really nice job getting after the catch, getting a tackle, and now setting up 4th down.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Handoff to the lone back. Got the 1st down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Buys a little time. He's going to run it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time, that was a great play call defensively.
They go to the ground. Hard running there. Turns it on in midfield. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. We've reached the break, and Navy holds the lead. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. final period. Looking to throw on first down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on second down. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Third down and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Looking downfield and he needs a bunch. Grabbed over the middle. It's Rhodes. They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on third down. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Midshipman. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Snagged in the middle, it's Montgomery. That's some old-school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30. Line getting set on second down. Leaves it with the running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Jones to throw. Out of the backfield, he's open. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Behind the chains now on second and long. They're going back to the ground. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. The Cornhuskers want to move quickly. On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Pressure coming. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision.
He's got it. First down and more. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on fourth down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're through.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on second down. Wants to go up top. Here's the Heat. Ball is loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming. really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Nebraska! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. It takes advantage of great field position.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, want to jump in and let you know what's going on in this top 25 showdown. Oklahoma is currently ahead early in this one, but they just haven't been able to pull that schooner away offensively.
Looking downfield on first down.
They're up by 7 over Ole Miss.
He's got it inside the 25. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He'll throw it. Got his man on the right. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Navy will have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. On the option. Touchdown, Navy! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
I gotta say, the mental toughness that this team is showing early this season is real impressive. And going down the field and scoring on that last possession, putting themselves in position here to go 2-0, they're answering the bell. This team has leadership on both sides of the ball. Very, very impressive.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. The deficit is large. Hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
Made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive.
Jones wants to throw it. Oh, they're after him. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. Snaps it in the shotgun. Under fire. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. And this one is just about in the books. The defense can stop the clock one more time as the offense takes a knee. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team coming to fruition. Just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Alrighty, y'all. I appreciate you stopping in and checking out the stream. That's going to be it for right now. We'll probably pop back on here and do a little bit of our Oklahoma State Dynasty here in a little bit. And yeah, I appreciate y'all stopping in and checking it out. We'll see y'all here in a little bit. Peace.